Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Jane. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. It's always such a joy to share something new about learning English, something that can really make a difference. Before we start, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and, of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. Now, let's talk about something very important, something that many English learners struggle with. You see, a lot of people tell me, "Jane, I can understand English. I can read it. I can listen to it. But when I try to speak, I just can't." Does that sound familiar to you? If yes, don't worry. You are not alone. This is one of the most common problems English learners face. Many people understand English really well. They know lots of words. They can watch movies or listen to songs in English. But when it's time to open their mouth and speak, it feels like everything freezes. It feels hard, right? So why does that happen? Why can we understand English but not speak it easily? Here's the truth. It's not because you're not smart enough. It's not because you don't know enough grammar or vocabulary. It's because your mouth, yes, your physical mouth, hasn't had enough training. Think about it. It's just like learning how to drive a car. You can read a book about driving. You can watch videos about it. But if you never sit in the driver's seat and practice, you'll never truly learn how to drive. Your brain might know what to do, but your body, your mouth, your tongue, your voice still needs practice. When you first start speaking English, your mouth might feel stiff or slow. You might hesitate or get shy. That's okay. It's completely normal. Your mouth has been speaking your first language for many years, so speaking English requires new movements, new sounds, and a new rhythm. Your mouth is like a muscle, and just like any muscle, it needs training, repetition, and time to get stronger. Imagine going to the gym. You can't expect big muscles after just one workout, right? It takes time and consistency. And the same is true for your English-speaking muscles. When you practice regularly, even for a few minutes a day, your mouth becomes faster, smoother, and more natural. Little by little, speaking English starts to feel easier, more automatic, and even fun. So today, in this lesson, I'm going to share how you can train your mouth and your brain to speak English more fluently and confidently. I'll show you simple steps you can practice every day, techniques that don't require a teacher, a partner, or even a classroom. Just you, your voice, and your determination. Are you ready? Let's get started. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite ways to train your mouth. a technique that really changed how I speak English. It's called shadowing. Maybe you've heard of it before. Shadowing sounds like the word shadow, right? That's because in this method, you become the shadow of the speaker. What does that mean? It means you listen to someone speaking English. For example, a YouTube video, a podcast, or even a movie. And then you repeat exactly what they say. You try to follow their rhythm, their voice, their pronunciation, almost like an echo. Let's say someone in a video says, "Hello, how are you today?" You listen carefully, and right after they finish, you say, "Hello, how are you today?" Trying to sound just like them. That's shadowing. You copy not just the words, but the feeling and the music of their voice. When you do this, something magical happens. Your ears start to recognize the real rhythm of English, and your mouth starts to remember how those sounds feel. Even if you don't understand every single word, don't stop. Keep going, because your goal here is not to translate. Your goal is to train. At first, it may feel strange. You might fall behind. You might mispronounce some words. And that's completely okay. Remember, this is not a test. This is practice. Just like when you learn a song, at first you follow slowly, but after a few tries, your mouth and your memory start working together. Once you get comfortable with shadowing, you can start adding something new. Daily phrase practice. This is one of my favorite habits. Every morning, or maybe during a short break, just say a few simple English phrases out loud. They don't have to be long or difficult. You can say, "I'm ready." "I can do it." "Let's go." Or even, "Good morning," and "Thank you." Simple, right? But these small phrases are very powerful. They help your mouth move quickly and naturally, and more importantly, they build your confidence. Sometimes I like to say them with emotion. When I'm happy, I smile and say, "I'm ready." When I'm tired, I say softly, "I'm ready." And you know what? It makes me feel good every single time. Repeating short, simple phrases every day is like doing warm-up exercises for your mouth. It's a small action, but it helps you speak more freely without thinking too much. At first, you might read them, but soon you'll say them naturally, just like singing your favorite song. And when that happens, you'll notice something amazing. Your English begins to flow. You'll speak faster, smoother, and with more confidence than before. So remember, first, shadow the speaker, then repeat simple English phrases every single day. That's how you train your mouth, step by step, until English becomes a natural part of you. Now that we've learned about shadowing and repeating simple phrases, let's talk about another amazing way to practice speaking English. It's something that doesn't need a teacher, a friend, or even the internet. It's called speaking out loud, even when you're alone. I know, it might sound funny, right? Talking to yourself in English when no one is around, but believe me, it really works. When you speak out loud, you give your mouth real training. You are not just thinking about English, you are actually using it. You can start small. For example, when you are making coffee, say, "I'm making coffee now. It smells so good." Or when you are cleaning your room, say, "I'm cleaning the floor. It's a little messy, but I'm doing my best." You can also describe things you see, like, "This is a book. It's red. It's on the table." Simple, right? But this kind of practice helps your mouth move freely and helps your brain connect English words with real objects around you. You don't have to be shy. You can do this at home, in your room, or even while walking alone in the park. Think of your home as your safe English zone. No one is judging you. No one is correcting you. You can speak freely, make mistakes, and just enjoy it. When you talk to yourself, you are also building your confidence. You stop waiting for the perfect moment to speak, and you start creating that moment yourself. At first, it might feel strange or even a little awkward, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. It's just like learning to ride a bike. The first time feels unsteady, but after a few tries, you don't even think about it anymore. When you speak out loud every day, your brain and your mouth start working together. You begin to speak faster, you hesitate less, and English starts to flow out of you naturally. And here's something important. You don't have to speak perfectly. You don't even have to use difficult words. Just speak. That's what matters most. Because when you speak, your brain learns faster than when you just read or listen. It's like your brain is saying, "Oh, we're using English now. I need to help." That's how you train your mouth and your mind at the same time. So don't be afraid to talk to yourself. Say what you are doing, what you see, or even what you are feeling. For example, "I'm happy today," or "I'm a little tired, but I can do this," or "I'm learning English and I'm getting better." These small moments of practice will slowly build your confidence, and soon, speaking English won't feel scary anymore. It will feel natural, like talking to a friend. So remember, don't wait for someone to practice with you. Be your own English partner. Speak out loud every day, and you will see your confidence grow faster than you can imagine. Now that we have trained our mouths to speak, it's time to train our minds to think in English. I know it sounds difficult, but it's not as hard as you think. Thinking in English is something you can build step by step, just like everything else. You don't need to think about big ideas or complex grammar. You can start small. When you see a glass of water, think water. When you feel hungry, think I'm hungry. When you feel cold, think it's cold. It's that simple. The key is to stop translating in your head. When you think in your first language and then try to translate, your brain gets slow and confused. But when you think directly in English, your thoughts become faster and more natural. It's like building a new road inside your brain, a fast, smooth English road. At first, it's just a small path, but the more you use it, the stronger and wider it becomes. Don't worry if you don't know every word. You can use the words you already know. If you forget a word, try to describe it. For example, if you can't remember the word umbrella, you can say, the thing I use when it rains. That's still English. That's still communication. And that's exactly how fluency grows. Not from knowing every word, but from using what you have. As you do this more often, your brain starts to think in English naturally. You will stop translating. You will start understanding and speaking faster. And slowly, English will become part of how you see and describe the world. Now, let's talk about something very important: consistency. Many people believe they need to study English for hours every day, but that's not true. You don't need to study for a long time. You just need to do it every day. Even 5 minutes a day can make a big difference. What matters most is not how long you study, but how often you practice. Think about it like going to the gym. If you go for 5 minutes every day, your muscles will get stronger. But if you go for 5 hours once a month, it won't help much. The same is true for English. Small, daily practice creates big, long-term results. When you practice English every day, even for a short time, your brain learns to expect it. It starts to say, okay, English is part of my life now. That's how you build a habit. That's how fluency is born. And soon, it won't feel like studying anymore. It will feel like living. You can do small things each day to stay connected to English. Listen to short podcasts while cooking. Watch YouTube videos in English. Read a few lines of a simple story before bed. Change your phone language to English. Even small actions like these make a big difference. Remember, learning English is not just about studying. It's about living with the language, hearing it, speaking it, and feeling it every day. The more English surrounds you, the more natural it becomes. And here's something I truly believe. Your brain will follow your mouth. Many people think they need to know everything perfectly before they start speaking, but it's actually the opposite. When you speak, your brain learns faster. When you use English out loud, your brain works harder to find the right words, to connect meaning and sound. It's a powerful process. So don't wait to be perfect. Start speaking now, and your brain will catch up. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become. The more consistent you are, the faster your English will grow. Remember, fluency is not about perfection. It's about progress. So keep going. Keep speaking. Keep thinking in English every day. Trust yourself and trust the process. Your brain, your mouth, and your heart will all work together to make English a natural part of your life. Thank you so much for listening today. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel, English with Jane, for more lessons like this one. And in the comments, tell me, what is one simple English phrase you'll start saying every day? I'd love to hear from you. Remember, you can do this. Speak a little every day, and soon you'll realize you're not just learning English, you're living it.